back down. Send him to Billy, said. Congratulations, you guys. See you, Joe.
Welcome to your Twisted Tea Best Post-Race Show ever. I'm Jason Weigandt. This is Sophia Phelps, and that was a bag of trash that Darren Lawrence just drove over on his way out of the pits. It's on Darren now. The only major mistakes that we really saw from Lawrence was him. Hope the AMA doesn't penalize him for that. Sophia, that was an amazing day of racing. You got to get in on it. WMX did race yesterday. You had a sight lap today in front of the fence, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah.
But these motos were nuts. They were nuts. Ty Masterpool's getting the kinks worked out right there after a hard-earned day. That was wild in the 250s.
Yeah, it was.
Yes. Talk about what it was like to see Deegan that far back and then this close.
It was a little bit wild. I mean,
yeah.
I think you think back on a lot of the greats of motocross, and oftentimes you'll see they have rides like that.
Yep.
And so I think that's a good predictor of like where he could possibly end up. It was really incredible. He was far back. We were counting the spots, you know, lap after lap. Okay, where is he going to end up? And he just kept reeling everyone in, and just, I mean, it's wild to think that these guys who are up front, who are leading the race,
yes,
can be caught from that far back. It was a very impressive ride.
You've probably been in this position before. I don't want to tell you this, but maybe starts your strength. Are we going to say starts your strength?
It really depends on where I am, but this weekend they were.
Okay. I've seen you have some come from behind rides. Is there a mental part of it? It looks like he's just so darn fit and so strong down the stretch, but is there a mental part of you're just going, letting it all hang out, and then that just starts building and building?
Yeah, I think so. I think you kind of, I mean, people get on autopilot in racing, and like, but maybe more so than getting an autopilot, you kind of get in the zone.
Yes,
right? Like
that's what we're getting at.
You're seeing red. I think absolutely. When you're that far back, I think you get a little bit of panic, definitely some fire lit under your butt of like, I have to go now. There is no time to wait. Sometimes when you're up front, you can, you know, kind of manage the race and I'm in second place, I'm going to catch first place at the end of the race when they tire out or whatever, but you have no choice but to start passing people right this instant. And I think you kind of like get on a roll of, okay, I just passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and you're like, okay, this is, and it feels good. There is definitely some, like, there's a good feeling that comes with, wow, I am passing a lot of people. So yeah, I have had a handful of come from behind rides because mostly, I mean, you're thinking of the ones at Loretta's. I have a history of bad starts at Loretta's. Other places I'm good. I don't think it's a curse, but I'm not as good on my starts there.
Putting on a show for us. So Deegan did get it done on Moto 1, and I agree with you. I feel like this was that stamp that needed to be like, is this guy just really good, or is this guy super good or great? And I think today was one of those, but he didn't get the overall, because this guy, they weren't going to let it happen in Moto 2. What we actually heard between motos is that Mitch said, you can't back it off mid-race like that. And this time, Ty Masterpool held on. Mitch Payton's a legend in this sport. To get the 300th win that had been eluding them for about 2 months now was big. But what were the chances it was going to be Ty Masterpool doing it? He wasn't even on the team when they got to win 299. Here's the press conference, including Sophia Phelps asking some questions from the 250s.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing, it's been a rough 3 to 4 years, and just believed in the team that I had around me and kept my head down and believed in God's timing and all that. But yeah, just big shout out to my physical trainer, Peter Parker, my dad, my mom, everyone just sticking behind me. Dylan Walker kept my head above water for the last 3 years, and yeah, God's good. It's been a rough couple years, that's for sure. But yeah. Yeah, biggest thing, just looking forward to getting right back to work on Monday, and yeah, still getting used to the bike. And biggest thing, I haven't rode a bike like this where I have so much room for improvement. I can feel it when I'm riding, and lots of room for improvement. So I'm just very excited to get right back to work and work my butt off. And yeah, it's going to be a good little off weekend. Unfortunately, I haven't really had a boot camp or anything. I got my appendix removed, a whole bunch of random stuff. Like during Supercross, I tore my calf going up a face of a jump because of all the antibiotics that was in my systems and just a lot of freak stuff. So yeah, I haven't got a boot camp in or anything like that, so just kind of racing my way into shape and all that, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying, just lacking a little bit of speed. You know, I was struggling with some line choice, and these two were getting me pretty good. So, I mean, overall, I'm just happy to be back up on the box and up front again, and yeah, just trying to stay in the fight as much as I can and, you know, run up front with these guys. But, I mean, overall, I'm I'm happy. Just want to work on some things and get better. But I mean, yeah, overall we're happy.
Yeah, first moto on the start wasn't great. I think on the first lap, someone said I was like 27th or something, and then yeah, I just balls to the walls the whole race. I knew it was a technical track, so I just kind of let the guys come to me, and yeah, made passes, and 2 laps to go. I seen Ty, I was like, I got to give it everything I got, and we definitely took it down to the wire with 2 laps to go, and then pretty much almost the same exact thing in the second moto. It was like 4th, fell, and then good thing I fell, and I was like, well, at least I know I can make my way back up because I did it once, so I was just like, got to lock back in, go, and yeah, last lap got up to Ty, and yeah, he got the win.
We're back. That's 250 class, 450s. Look, the results the last 2 weeks are going to say Jett Lawrence keeps on winning. These are different Jett Lawrence wins than what we saw pre-Hangtown. He's just digging deep. Chase Sexton was a totally different rider in the second moto. I thought he had it. He did crash twice. But Jett is a master. He didn't let him go. We had multiple times on the show, Sophia, where Jason Thomas is like, if Sexton can throw 2 heaters down, I think Jett will give up. And he never gave up, and then Sexton crashed, and he took advantage of that. Let's just go to the 450 press conference. And our man Tom got an exclusive with Jett Lawrence as well. We'll also talk to riders on the scrum, and then we'll talk a little WMX.
Yeah, it was still a good day. Obviously, I would have liked to have capitalized a bit better in the second moto. Just didn't quite have the flow and the feeling from the first one, which happens. You know, you have those days. So from my point of view, not really stoked on my second moto, and it was with third. So yeah, we'll just take it on the chin and have a good week off. That'll be cool. And yeah, come out for Southwick, right?
That's it. All right, hey, week off. What are the plans on the week off? Is it go back to work? Do you have a couple of days in there where you get to do something for Hunter Lawrence?
No, I mean, everyone's in the same boat. It's pretty much go back to work. I think the highlight is not having to go to an airport on a Thursday or Friday, and just, you know, lazy Sunday. We actually got a flight tonight, so just every morning's always wake up and go, so it's nice to kind of have a slow morning and just a coffee and enjoy just easing into the day.
Yeah, just get a little reset. It's nice to have a week off. Yeah, honestly, I need to reset. These last 2 weekends I've been just not fully myself. Second moto was a lot better. I felt pretty good. Just 2 stupid crashes and pretty dumb, honestly. So yeah, I feel like the speed second moto was good. We changed a lot on the bike, and yeah, we still got a lot of work to do. So stay off the ground and just honestly rest these next couple weeks. I would obviously train, but really take some time to kind of reset and come out swinging. These next 4 races are going to be really important, and yeah, make it happen.
Yeah, good day. My shoulder, that last one, kind of just started giving out a little bit, so hopefully this break get that back to 100% and be good for this weekend. But no, good day, another 1-1. We're starting another win streak, so let's see if we can keep it going. So yeah, pumped.
So that's that. Jett Lawrence, 2 wins in a row. Still not the points lead. It's going to be wild going to Southwick. You got to race yesterday. WMX is back. That was cool. But I love your story of being able to ride in front of the fans today on the parade lap. What was that like?
Yeah, it was really cool. They had us do our 2 motos yesterday, and then kind of wanted to give us some recognition today because most of the fans are here today.
Yeah.
So we went out. They let us do a parade lap right at the beginning of opening ceremonies, which was really cool. All of us girls went out, and Kylie, who won yesterday, did an interview in front of everyone on the podium. Yeah, we did our parade lap, and I came over this big hill, and I took a second, I hit the brakes, and I just looked around, and I was like, this is crazy. There are so many people here watching. So yeah, it was a very cool moment of, oh my gosh, how many times am I going to be in this spot? So yeah, then finished off my parade lap and did some jumps. I didn't throw
Yes, let's talk the jumps. Let's talk the jumps. You wanted to do some jumps. You didn't want to roll.
Well, I'm fine with rolling some of it, but then I kind of started to get antsy because I'm like, we're rolling everything. My dad later mentioned, he said, you got the bike really muddy, and it's because of the little pockets that we have to roll into. So I said I avoided what I could.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good enough to, like, you know, toss any whips on these jumps when I'm coming by, so it wasn't that kind of parade lap. I can't do anything Kevin Windham. That was my comparison. Is some people were like, are you sure you should be jumping on the parade lap? And I said, I'm safer than Kevin Windham right now. So
you jumped some jumps.
I did.
You never know if you're going to ride High Point again. Why not?
Yes, that's what I said. This might be my last lap at High Point. Now, hopefully not, but I live 2,000 miles away.
You don't want to be 45 years old and be like, man, that one day at High Point I should have jumped that. You did it. Good job.
I mean, I jumped it yesterday too. But.
Well, in the race, but I'm saying on the sight lap in front of the
Oh,
fans.
True.
Parade lap, is that the word I'm supposed to use? Parade lap.
It's one lap either way.
It's one lap. She jumped the jumps in front of the fans. That was cool for WMX. I'm going to go over to Twisted Tea myself and wrap this up, but enjoy the 30-hour trip back.
Yeah.
And what are the points like right now?
If you consider the dropped rounds,
okay,
right? Because we dropped your 4 worst motos.
Yeah.
Then that puts me in second or third.
Okay.
Hard. I'd run some numbers, but anyways. Yeah.
Drop scores make the math tough.
Yes.
All right, thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah.
Good
Thank
questions
you.
in the press conference, and I'll be over there to wrap this show up. That's going to wrap up our show. Thanks to Twisted Tea for backing us. I'm not going to ask LB after a long day at High Point to find the cooler. How many years did you come to High Point? When was the first year you came, LB?
85.
85. I don't want to do the math and tell you how many years that actually is.
That's scary.
Yes, that's like bordering on 40 years, everybody. High Point is what it is. You will almost inevitably get rain at some point in the weekend. We had it on Friday. It made the track gnarly. And then what I was thinking today is what a true test this is. When you think of like the tracks we had the last 2 weekends and this, and think that that's all part of the championship, and you've got to perform your best, these ruts were gnarly. It was tough. It was so different than last week. And that's where you really got to salute how good these guys are, especially when you get that opportunity. There's amateur racing and riding on Friday and racing on Sunday. That's one of the cool things about motocross. I think these hardcore fans out here, they can really appreciate what they saw. And then we'll have it again after a weekend off. You go to Southwick, there is no track that has that local fan connection like Southwick. It's going to be so fun to be there, especially with the great racing we've seen so far in this series. Congrats to Pro Circuit on Win 300. Ty Masterpool, what a cool story. Thanks to Twisted Tea for backing our show. See you in 2 weeks.